why I'm doing this, but I thought it would be good to leave after I'm gone. I don't like to take pictures of myself. I hate looking at myself. So this is tough for me. But I want to make sure that my grandkids have something of me as far as video or pictures so they can remember me. That means a lot to me that they remember me. That's about all I guess you can hope for in life, is to leave a legacy of children. And I only have one child, and I hope she remembers me. But in any case, I got some, well, I guess reality has hit me this week. I was diagnosed 4 years ago with chronic kidney disease, which didn't mean a lot to me, except I knew it couldn't be cured. I was at stage 3B at the time, which is pretty far along to learn, but still have lots of time, and it's not as I mean, you're not going to go on dialysis anytime soon or need a transplant or so on and so forth. So I didn't think a lot about it. I did retire early because of health problems. Not just that, but I also had a heart attack at the time and some other stuff that just seems like, you know, when you turn 55, all of a sudden you go to shit. But so I had some problems. I retired, and ever since I retired, I've kind of felt useless, I guess, for lack of a better word. The disease that I have is, I'm not sure how to put it, but it makes you just extremely tired, and not only in a sleepy way, but your body is just wore out, and then it takes all your strength away. You won't be able to work out. I know, you know, people talk about me working out and stuff. I used to work out all the time. I worked out every single day, and when I was younger, and you know, in my 40s and early 50s, and then all of a sudden I just don't have the strength or the energy to work out. I'm lucky to come out here in the garage and do things that I want to do, let alone go work out and put my body through something that I don't want to do. But I do miss being healthy and being strong and being able to do anything that I want to do. I look around now and I see kids going out, well, kids, you know, younger people going out and doing things that I used to do easily, had no problem doing. But now I'm lucky to be able to go out and weed eat and not get winded. So that's part of it. Another part is you have restless leg syndrome, which keeps you up all night. Until recently, I was not on any medication for it, so sleep was hard to come by, which with this disease, sleep is hard to come by anyway. You just cannot fall asleep, and once you do fall asleep, you don't stay asleep. You're up and down all night long, and so that doesn't help the tiredness part of it either. My blood pressure was extremely high, and they think that's what caused the disease, was my blood pressure. So they had me on 3 or 4 different medications for blood pressure, and it was so bad. I went in to do a stress test, and my blood pressure was 180 over 120, and they wouldn't let me do a stress test. So it was just getting worse, and then all of a sudden, if I went outside to do anything, or even if I got in the shower of a morning, I'd feel like I was going to pass out, and just weak, and it was a terrible feeling. I didn't know what it was, other than I just felt it was, you know, the usual tiredness, but it was a lot worse than that. I was building a fence here And every time I would bend down and I'd go to stand up, I felt like I was going to just fall out. So I finally started taking my blood pressure when these episodes happened, and that was what the problem was. I mean, I was running 70 over 60 on my blood pressure, and that was making me feel just terrible, and was making me feel like I was going to pass out. So finally, I was seeing my nephrologist every 6 months, and the next time I saw him, because I hadn't really been asking questions, because I just go along and get along, and whatever my cardiologist said, I did. Whatever my physician said, I did. Whatever my nephrologist said, I did. Can you imagine having three doctors at the age of 55? Well, anyway, one would put me on a higher dose of medication, and then the next one would put me on another dose of medication. Another one would add a medication. I was on, I believe, 16 different medications. But I finally told the nephrologist I can't live like this, and if it means that I get off of every medication, I'm going to do that. So he took me off hydralazine, which is a very potent blood pressure medication, and left me on the other two, androzine or whatever it is. I can never pronounce them and really don't care. I should, but I don't. So he took me off that completely, and the next day my blood pressure was perfect, 120 over 80. I mean, just perfect. Now since then it's climbed up a time or two, but nothing over 140 over 100, and it has dropped before. I mean, around 90 over 70, so on and so forth. But it hasn't fluctuated in those big fluctuations like it had been doing. So I felt a lot better. Now, I still get really weak when I'm out here doing something. I mean, it was pitiful. The other day I was getting the intake off of a motor here in the garage, and just lifting on that kind of dropped my blood pressure and made me dizzy and lightheaded. So I have to take it slow and do things that would have took me 5 minutes. It'd take me a day or 2 days to get done, because I just can't stick it out and continue to do it. I'm not saying this for you to feel sorry for me or anything. I don't want to scare my grandkids or my daughter or my wife or anything. I'm just trying to explain to you the feeling of having kidney disease and some of the things that happen to go along with that, and what my journey's been like. I didn't know I had kidney disease until I had went to the doctor over a shaking problem. I was shaking so bad that while I was working, I was on the road, and I went to eat dinner, and I couldn't eat because I was shaking so bad. The food would just fall off my fork, and that kind of scared me. I would get these shaking attacks at times, like when I was playing golf or other times, and I just figured, it was old age or whatever. I don't know what it was, but that one scared me. So I went to the doctor finally, and I have a really good doctor, by the way, Dr. Raymond, and she is easy to talk to, and she listens. So I told her what was happening. She did blood tests, basically looking for Parkinson's disease, I believe is what she was probably looking for. But the blood tests come back negative for Parkinson's and any other disease, but she basically said it was concentration tremors. If I concentrate hard on something, I start shaking. So for instance, if I'm teeing up a golf ball, I shake so bad I can't tee it up. So, it's that kind of stuff. It comes and it goes, but if I'm eating and I even have one thought about it, I'm done. My hands start shaking and I can't eat anymore. So anyway, that was why I went to the doctor. But in those blood tests that they ran, it came back that my kidney function, my GFR, was at 39. Now, when she tells me this, I have no idea what she's talking about. The only thing I can equate it to is that I have 39% function in my kidneys. And that's it. I mean, I don't know what the end of that is going to be or what it looks like. I don't know anything about the disease. So I did read everything I could about it, and we did find out, what 3B meant, the stages of kidney disease, and what to expect in each stage, and so on and so forth. And to say I wasn't scared is probably a lie, because I was, but it wasn't to the point that I felt like I was going to die, or this would be something that killed me, or it was going to cut my life shorter, or anything like that. It did scare my wife, I will tell you, and that probably bothered me more than anything. So really didn't talk about it too much. We would talk about different medications that we would read about, and things that were supposed to help you get off of some of the medications I was on, and so on and so forth. And a lot of it is just snake oil. They're trying to sell a product, and especially on Facebook, I mean, they'll have these big old long stories about how they got off of all the high blood pressure medications, and so on and so forth. And I wouldn't stop anyone from taking whatever they wanted to take, but to be truthful, it doesn't do anything for you. So over this time period from 4 years ago until now, my GFR has dropped to 25. 25 is stage 4, and stage 4 is when things start speeding up, I guess, for lack of a better word. I just had an appointment, I think it was Tuesday, with my nephrologist, where I got that news. A couple of weeks prior to that, I had a GFR of 26. So for it to go to 25, it kind of surprised me, but the doctor said 26, 25 is all about the same. So